Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Royal Instinct. Today we're going to be watching a couple videos about King Arthur and the brutal cost of greatness. And we'll be also discussing how to make learning more addictive. Why are we learning all these things? Well, I want you to make learning addictive. I want you to make the thing that you are passionate about, the thing that drives you forward, the thing that interests you most. I want you to be addicted to it. I want you to be able to work at that thing for 24 hours a day, until you are tired. Even when you're tired, okay, it is so enjoyable for you that you carry on working, that you are literally like a drug addict, like an alcoholic, like a crack addict trying to find um a little bit of money, a dollar, just to get off a high, just to be able to buy his fix. Okay. Yeah, that's how addicted I want you to be. Why do I want you to be addicted to your life purpose? Because I want you to be able to outwork everybody else. Because it is a race to the top, and I want you to become a subject matter expert. I want you to become somebody who is seen as a point of authority. I want you to be somebody who is a reference for people, somebody where people turn it to in times of crises, because you have all the answers, because you understand what is going on, whatever your subject may be, whatever your purpose may be, whatever your passion may be. People turn to you because they see you as the point of authority, and once you are seen as a point of authority, it is natural leadership, and that is what the world needs right now. The world needs more leaders. It needs more people in charge, people to take us forward, during these times of crises. Okay, there are many crises in the world. People have lost hope. People have lost faith in the systems at play. People are watching in real time the society, the fabric of the society crumble and fall. And many people are angry. Many people are afraid. And that is why it has to be you, who does something about it. Right? If you are turning towards the people who are in charge right now, the current elites, let me tell you something right now. They do not have your best interest. They want you to fail. They do not want you to succeed. Okay. They want you in your room, locked up, plugged into the metaverse. They want you to be doom scrolling, addicted to porn, not taking part in society, being aware of all the scary things that are in society, but not actually directly influencing society. And when AI comes, when AI wipes out the job market and people are unemployed, 1929 Great Depression style, and the only people to turn to will be the government, for a little bit of crumbs, a few handouts, a few rations. Then people will understand what it is that I'm saying, right? Because of the coming doom, the coming demise, it is time for you to establish your own nation, your own land, your own kingdom, so that you can be safe from any of the nuclear fallout, any of the civil war, nuclear war, international war that might happen. We need to protect ourselves, and that is what I'm here about. I want you to turn you into a subject matter expert, so that you can be seen as a king, so that you can build your kingdom, and then you'll be able to live life how you see fit. Okay, do not be under anybody's authority. Do not allow anybody to tell you how to live. Right, you need to take control over your own life, over your own freedom, over your you know total dominion over your life. Right, live it as you see fit. Okay, and you have to ask yourself, right, especially with the fallout of the Epstein files, you are seeing these people who are in higher positions in global power, world leaders, government officials, all taking part in sacrificial human trafficking, blood sacrifice, the rape of children. You're seeing this happen in real time, and the people who are named in the files are allowed to, in essence, get a free pass. Okay, you are being gaslit to and being told that nothing really is happening in the background, and in reality, um, they are committing the most heinous of crimes, right? Do not allow these people to have any say over your life. That is why I am somebody who played the game, right? How the elites wanted us to play the game. I followed society's script, and I'm somebody who, you know, f- climbed the corporate ladder. Once I got to the top, I was like, this is bullshit. This is not how you are supposed to live life. Okay, you are wasting away your energy, your resources, your creative ideas, your the best years of your life, right? Your 20s, um, where you should be actually building your own kingdom, something for yourself. You're wasting away that time in order to appease the overlords, the elite, and in return you get fuck all, right? Because wages are not increasing in real time alongside inflation, right? Inflation is out of control. People are losing the value of their money, their dollar, their pound. um they are losing purchasing power, and in return all they get is higher bills, higher energy costs, and the people who are in charge, they are not doing nothing. This is what this channel is about. I'm here sending out a bat signal. I'm here assembling the Avengers. Okay. If you believe that you are destined for greatness, if you believe that you are supposed to do something great with your time on this planet, with your life, this is the moment where you decide that, yep, I want to be the hero in the film. I want to be the hero in my life. I want to bring about change. And this is your opportunity to do so. I'm here collecting the people who want to build their own kingdoms. I'm here collecting the Amichis, a place where you can find true friendship, where people have your back, where people want the best outcome for you, where people really want you to win and succeed and not gossip behind your back, not chat shit about you, keeping you small, keeping you under their control, which is what most friends would want. Actually, they want to keep you small so that that they don't have to confront the fact that they should actually be doing something worthwhile with their life. So they rather watch you fail. They want you to fail, and that is not the type of community and friend group that I am creating here. However, how should you live life? Well, today we are discussing King Arthur, and we will be seeing what his philosophy is, how he goes about building his kingdom. All right, let's dive straight in.
King Arthur exists in a realm where history dissolves into symbolism and memory becomes structure. He is not preserved through documents, inscriptions, or stable chronology, but through repetition, myth, and reinterpretation.
And that is what we are doing here. We are gaining control back over our own narrative. We are building our own myth. We are allowing the world to see how we want us to see.
This absence of historical certainty is not a weakness of the Arthurian tradition. It is its philosophical foundation. Arthur is not bound to time because he is not meant to belong to time. He functions as an idea rather than a figure.
And that is what people need. People need inspiration. People need a figure, a hero to believe in, a hero to take them forward, because these times that we live in right now are not providing any example for us to follow. They are not giving any, how do you make money in today's society, right? The only things that are being promoted are, you either sell your pussy online via OnlyFans, you either become an escort, you become a live streamer, you become somebody who is um selling your soul for a job. Like, the jobs are limited. You either become somebody who is a gig part of the gig economy. Real jobs like, engineers, doctors, these aren't being things being promoted anymore, right? Like, these are things on the out. The AI overlords are waiting to allow this group of people, the economists, the financial analysts, the people who engineers, computer engineers, right? They're all being replaced via AI. So a lot of people don't have any references in life, any reference points, any people to believe in, any role models, right? And that is why where you come in, you establish yourself as a role model, you establish yourself as a king, so people can see you, see what you're doing, see the victories that you are bringing about. And that is what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you. I'm here to get you to become somebody who is trusted, who is seen as a point of authority. And then once you are seen as a point of authority, me and you will be able to build our kingdom side by side, getting ready for the wars to come.
A conceptual form rather than a person. His story does not emerge from empirical evidence, but from cultural necessity. The need.
And you might think that you need real evidence to do something great in this world, right? There has to be some sort of tangible goods that you can provide to the world. What I'm here to tell you is no, what the world needs is somebody who is ready to put their balls on the line, somebody who is ready to take the fears that they have, right, go into the darkness, into a place where they may be feeling uncomfortable, where they feel that they may be judged, where they feel they may be set up to fail. And you have to go into the belly of the beast and slay that dragon, right? You have to be able to have enough confidence. You have to have enough guile about you. You need to have enough strength to show the world that it isn't about the things that you are providing. It is more about the direction that you are taking them to. Okay, so a lot of the things that are stopping people is the self-doubt and fears that they have in their own head. And I'm here to tell you that once you eliminate that self-doubt, that voice in your head, that you are clear to just go forward and express your 100% fully, your whole charisma that you have within yourself onto the world, and that you'll naturally be seen as a king.
Need to imagine a form of authority that transcends brute force. A model of power that does not rely on terror, conquest, or domination to justify itself. Arthur arises not from history, but from longing. The longing for a ruler who embodies legitimacy rather than merely possession of power. At the core of Arthurian philosophy is the distinction between power and right. Most political systems in history resolve legitimacy through success. Whoever wins rules. Authority is established by force, maintained.
Yeah, let's just stop there for a minute. Whoever wins rules, and that is what we're here to do. Okay, the people who are in charge right now, they do not have your best interest. They want to sell you out. They are ready to usher in a new age, a techno feudalism, a techno oligarchy, where the people at the top, the billionaires who are controlling the algorithms, the platforms, are in charge of your life. Okay, that is what the OpenAI, all these AI companies are hoping for, that you'll be enslaved to the AI, that you'll be a wheel, not even a wheel in the cog, that you're just a data point for them to extract data from, for them to extract money from. And then once that you are washed up, once you have no ability, no self-reliance left, that they will just throw you away as fodder, because they want to get rid of most of humanity, right? If you think that the people at the top have your best interest, then you are clearly wrong. You are living in a delusion, and I'm here to wake you up. I'm here to tell you that there is an alternative. That if you are a good person, if you have real a real vision for yourself, that there is something inside of you that is great, right? If there is something that you can use to build subject matter expertise, to build something unique, some new insight into the world, a new perspective that only you can see, that this is your opportunity to build a kingdom around that. and I am here to help you. Because once we take over, once we win, it will be us who rules. Okay, all the power of the world, all the evil people in the world will be overthrown them, and it will be naturally us who are the de facto rulers of the globe.
Tamed by fear and justified after the fact by law, ideology, or tradition. Arthur reverses this logic. He does not seize power, he is revealed by it. The sword in the stone is not an instrument of violence, but a symbolic mechanism of recognition. It does not reward strength.
Yeah, let's break down the mysticism, the story of King Arthur. Right, he was a peasant boy who came from royalty and was hidden away, Moses style. But he was somebody whose destiny was to rule, to become a king. And his whole arc really starts where he ascends, where he rises to become a king, was when he pulls out the sword from the stone, Excalibur. Right, and what does that mean? Right, it is, how do you pull out a sword and become a king? Right, well, the Excalibur is the information, it is the insight that you have of, right, and because you are filtering all the world's information through your head, through your own lens. Okay, and you are interpreting that information. Your brain inside your head is using your senses, your eyeballs, your ears, right? And you are seeing all this information, and then you are taking it into your head, and then you are making sense of it, and making sense of it for yourself, right? That is that is Excalibur. That is the information that you are pulling out, because now you have to pull out that information out of your head and show the world, and then the world will decide whether you are worthy of a king. And that is how we become subject matter experts. You don't have to become a PhD level genius, right? It has to be something unique, something that only you can see, which will bring about a new phase, a new which will help humanity move forwards into a better world, right, for the better, right? But you have to be able to pull that information out of it, from inside of yourself, out into the world, and showcase it in a way where people pay attention to it. And because it comes from you, right, it doesn't come from anybody else in the world, you will be revered, you will be seen as a point of authority, you'll be seen as an expert. And that is how we here on Royal Instinct build our kingdoms. That is how we become part of the establishment. We create our new establishment, we overthrow the current people in charge, and we will take over the globe, right? If you understand what I'm saying, if you understand the metaphors I'm using, then reach out to me. Let's work together. Let's build side by side.
Cunning or ambition, but alignment. Arthur's kingship is not conquest-based. It is metaphysical. He is not crowned because he is the strongest, but because he fits an invisible structure of legitimacy that already exists. This suggests a universe in which order is not constructed by rulers, but discovered through them. Arthur does not impose justice, he embodies it. This transforms Arthur from a political figure into a philosophical vessel. He does not create meaning, he channels it. His authority does not originate in himself, but flows through him.
And that is what you have to do. You have to gain that information that you have inside and allow it to flow through and express it into the world, right? It may be wrong, it may be right, okay? But you will never know unless you feed it into the world and allow the world to judge it for what it is. And what you will find is that there are 10 billion people in the world, right? You will find the pockets of people who understand what you're trying to say. Okay, there are some people in the world who are naturally aligned, right, with their brains are wired in a similar way to how your brain is wired. However, you might be in a place, you might be in a situation, you might be in a environment where you are not exposed to those people, right? Which is why the magic of the internet, you can access 10 billion people across the world, across the globe, and you are likely to find the people who resonate with you, who are like you, who think like you, who have the same beliefs and values. And that is why this is why I'm posting on the internet. This is why I'm creating this live stream, because I'm trying to find those people that I'm aligned with, because it is only natural that those people will be the best people for me to spend my time with, for me to make alliances with, to bring about new knowledge and newfound wisdom into the world, right? um you know, most people in the world right now, there's a big mental health crisis going on, right? Many people are depressed. You might be depressed right now. You might think you are a failure, there is nothing good about you, that you are destined to fail and never win. However, that is just self-doubt. Once you overcome that self-doubt, right? Because depression basically means is, you are being pushed down, right? You're being depressed, right? Instead, what we do here in Raw Instinct, we teach you how to express yourself properly. Okay, express yourself like a king. And the opposite of depression is expression. So the only thing you can do is whatever insight you have inside your head, whatever pieces of wisdom nuggets that you have in your head, you need to express that into the world and allow the world to, you know allow the people in the world to find you who are most aligned to you. And once you find those people, once you find your group of people, your team that you are supposed to win with, battle with, become friends with, once you find those people, then there is nothing that can stop you. I am somebody who is who understands this power, who understands this vision, and I am using, my reach, my channel. I'm using the YouTube platform to find my group of people. Okay, I'm not doing this for a vanity flex. I'm not here to, you know, make sell you anything. I'm here to find those people. Like I'm looking for, like, maybe if I find 10 people, great. Okay. But I'm trying to find a group of 100 people, a network of 100 people who all have the same beliefs, the same vision as me, who want to build something, who want to change the world, right? And together we will build our own kingdoms, right? And then you will have your followers, right? The 100 people within the network will have their followers, and together we will raise armies. Okay. Right. This isn't just a small project. This isn't some fucking little course that you're gonna buy and then I'm gonna become a YouTuber now. No, this ain't that shit, right? This is a philosophical new alliance of amicis, friends, right? True friendship, right? And I am leveraging the internet to find those people. You might be watching right now and you might think, yeah, I understand what this guy is saying, right? I want to change my life. I want to do something about it. Reach out to me. I have many people who reach out to me already. They are working in the background, right? Some people come from, a disadvantaged background, and I help them. And some people are already, millionaires. They are on their way to making their first billion, and I'm helping them too, right? Because they are also see the world, the current predicament of the world, and they're trying to do something about it, and they're trying to find good people to align with, good people that they can fully trust. So no matter what your background is, there is something within this group that we are building, a first mover advantage that we are creating where you can really benefit from.
He becomes less a sovereign subject and more a symbolic conduit through which order enters the world. This is why Arthur often appears passive in his own story. He does not dominate events, he stabilizes them. He does not constantly assert himself, he holds the space. His power is gravitational rather than aggressive. He becomes the center of a moral cosmos rather than its architect.
Yeah, you have to become the person that can attract people, that can bring people together. You have to become the leader, the person who organizes people, right? I am an ENTJ, right? I'm an ENTJ, which is a commander archetype, right, which is a leadership archetype, right? Most people who will understand my message will be similar sort of archetypes. I also get on very well with INTJs, right? I'm an ENTJ, but I get on very well with INTJs, right? INTJs are engineers, architects, people who know about planning, who are deep thinkers, right? Um, but they tend to be a little bit more introverted. However, because I'm an ENTJ, um, I'm also good at planning. I'm also good at, um, inspiring people. But because of my extroversion, naturally, I'm able to inspire people into bringing about change. And many times in my life, I've been thrust into leadership positions. When I used to work at JP Morgan, I was a team leader of my division. When I was at university, I was the head choreographer, the team captain of my dance team. um it's just something that comes very natural to me, to take on responsibility and to move forward, right? And a lot of the time, right, like a big secret about, right, real leadership is that you have no idea about the outcome, you have no idea what's going to happen, but you are just able to remain calm. And as the thing is happening to you, as the events are unfolding in front of you, you very quickly can make decisions, right, for the betterment of the group. And more often than not, if you are able to trust your instincts, you make the right decision. Okay, it's all about being able to stay composed, stay calm, and make a decision for the betterment of the group, right? As a leader, you cannot be selfish, right? Because the moment your leadership, as a leader, you become selfish, you are doomed. Okay.
Camelot as a kingdom is not defined by territory, wealth, or military dominance. It is defined by structure. It is an imagined system where hierarchy exists without tyranny, where law exists without cruelty, and where authority exists without exploitation. The round table is the clearest symbol of this structure.
Yeah, and all you need to do is become that vessel, to inspire people, become the person to group these people together, the people within your kingdom, and then you get to form your round table where you have advisors, where you have specialists, where you have people who are able to bring their expertise to you, and together you'll be able to rule and bring about um a new civilization, a new era, a new way of living that the world has never seen before, that the world has never thought about before. Um, you know, like I just want you to think about it a minute, right? Like if you live the way you're living your life right now for the next 10 years, right? Is it going to be a good outcome, right? Is it a life full of hedonism? Is it a life full of pleasure? Is it a life full of struggle? Is it a life full of regret, right? Like is it, if you're living your life how you're supposed to live, right? Great. I applaud you. I'm happy for you, right? And this may not be the right channel for you, right? Because this channel is a lot of the time for people who are kind of pissed off. I'm looking for angry people. I'm looking for people who are willing to bring about change, right? Like I love helping people who are struggling. They might be a little bit depressed. They might have some self doubt. However, those people, if they have too much self doubt, they can be stuck in a place where they never get out of it, right? And I'm looking for the people who believe in their bones that they're supposed to do something fucking great in their life. You know what I mean? That second place is, you know, like like there's no option for second place, right? Like if you heard Lil Wayne's verse in Forever, he goes, "No such thing as last." I'm not gonna say last because sounds kind of corny. I've got British accent, but no such thing as last, right? And that's what I believe in, right? Like you have one life. Why live it in last place? Okay, it should be us at the top. It should be us making the decisions, right? making the right decisions, making the human decisions, right? And if you believe that there should be change in the world, and only you can bring it about, then you need to reach out to me. Let's work together. Let's build a new and better world.
A circle has no head, no summit, no apex. Yet it is not chaotic. It is ordered. It is unified without vertical hierarchy. Philosophically, this represents a model of power that is relational rather than coercive. Arthur does not sit above the others. He sits among them. His authority is not positional. It is axial. He is not the peak of the system, but instead its center of gravity. This structure reveals a deep philosophical ambition: to imagine a political order where leadership does not require domination. Camelot represents an ethical geometry rather than a political system. It is a spatial metaphor for harmony, balance, and mutual recognition. Power circulates rather than concentrates. Authority coordinates rather than commands. This is not realism, it is metaphysical idealism. It is not meant to describe how societies function, but how they wish they could function. Yet this ideal is inherently unstable. A system without coercive hierarchy depends entirely on moral coherence. It survives only if its members internalize its values.
And the thing is, most people in society, most members of society do not know what to value, okay? That is where you come in. That is where you have to direct people to a better world, to a better system. You have to tell people what to believe in. Most people have no clue. They're unable to fathom, they have no sense of direction within their own soul, right? Which is why they need someone to show them a better way, right? And that decision is left down to you, right? And say if you're watching this, right, and you think, yeah, there is something I want to do, but you never take that step. Okay, you are then creating space. You're allowing other people to the opportunity to come in and take that step. And those people might not have the best interest of the people at heart. And that is why right now in the world, I believe most people at the top are psychopaths and evil people, people who are in power, people who are part of the elite, the establishment, people in charge of countries. Really ask yourself the question, is it like, can you truly trust them? Would you trust your children with them, right? When you would you trust your children with them, right? When you know that they have agents such as, allegedly, Jeffrey Epstein, trafficking children across the world, trafficking women, right? Using them as sex toys, using them as abusing them for sexual gratification. Right, you can see this in real time. You can see the documents, right? They are not they're trying to gaslight you into a position where they try to get you to believe that this shit is not happening, but you can see it with your own eyes. Let's jump into this other video I want to show you about the cost of greatness.
A concept humanity has chased since the moment we learned to think beyond survival. Maybe you feel it too. That burning feeling inside of you, a restless ambition telling you you're meant for something more. But what does it actually cost? To reach that level, what does it take? Who are you willing to become? From the athletes we celebrate.
And I want you to really think about if you have something inside of you that is driving you to question yourself, to motivate you into a position to be something greater than you currently are. You might be somebody who is stuck in a 9-to-5, who's stuck in a corporate job in a world where in a life that you never thought that you'd be living, right? You might have bigger dreams. You might think that you have a higher purpose, but you aren't reaching that purpose. Okay. And if you are in a position like that, I am telling you that the cost of greatness is the decision to move forward. Okay. It doesn't matter what else there is to do. You don't have to be the smartest. You don't have to be the strongest. You don't have to be the most well-connected. You don't have to be the richest. What it comes down to is, do you have the balls to try? Okay. And what you'll find is, the more you're willing to try and keep trying, right, which means it's pushing past failures, pushing past barriers, eventually you'll part the clouds and see, the beautiful skyline. You'll see sunlight, right? And you'll reach the promised land of success. You'll be part of the establishment at that point. Okay, but it takes the willingness to drive forward when the odds are stacked against you.
To the stories we tell from the ones still writing their own.
Really in pursuit of greatness.
Success is universally celebrated, but what greatness demands rarely is. And no, it's not obsession. That's been said thousands of times. The true cost is something no one really talks about. So let me ask you, are you willing to pay the price of... There are only two paths on the way to greatness, and whichever one you choose determines whether greatness becomes your life or simply a moment in time. The first path is obvious. You chase greatness to escape. Maybe it's the 40 hours a week at a job you don't care about, or the degree you're pursuing because everyone told you it was the smart thing to do. Either way, the reason is the same.
Yeah, I mean, I personally, I was told to go to university because, if you go to university, you'll get a great job. And once you get a great job, you have a great life. Okay. Now, I am somebody who bought into society's script. I'm somebody who followed that narrative. I got a degree in economics. Naturally, I'm a very analytical person. And it was something that, I thought, I'll do this degree for 3 years, right? Become an economist. I'll work in finance, right? And I even got jobs in finances. I worked for some of the biggest companies in the world, right? I worked for Deloitte, Lloyd's, Barclays, JP Morgan, right? Just to name a few places. And, did it bring me happiness? Did it bring me glory? Did it bring me any sense of advancing in life? Okay. I made some money, right? But is 100K even that much in today's society? Okay. When there are billionaires, when there are women seeking men who are millionaires, is that enough? Okay. And you have to really ask yourself that question. What is the cost of a, golden handcuffed corporate job?
You're trying to escape a life you're scared of being stuck with forever. And somewhere along the way, you were hardwired to believe that any second spent not chasing greatness means you're falling behind. So you work harder, you sacrifice more, you obsess relentlessly because that's what everyone says greatness demands. And to be fair, this path works. People on this path often succeed, but it's also the path where people most often lose themselves. Because slowly, those sacrifices stop being temporary. Simple pleasures that once brought joy start to feel like guilt. Friends drift, relationships feel like distractions, and you justify all of it with one thought. Once I reach the top, it'll all be worth it.
No, it won't be worth it, because what most people realize is who reach the top is that they are alone, right? Which is why here at Raw Instinct, we are building the Amichis, a group of people, a group of friends who are there with you every step of the way, who will have your back when shit hits the fan, who are ready to fight for you and with you, alongside you, side by side, shoulder to shoulder, in the wars to come, in the problems that the world will unleash upon us.
Movie marketing magic
Doesn't even endure my consciousness.
Marty Supreme.
Marty Supreme.
Marty Supreme, Christmas Day, Marty Supreme.
Marty Supreme, one of the biggest movies of the year, tells the story of an obsessively ambitious man, someone willing to go to hell and back to achieve his dreams. And in the end, he does. He makes it to Japan for his final match. Everything he worked for leads to one moment. Ultimately, he wins. By every definition we celebrate, Marty achieved great.
When you win and when you achieve greatness, who do you want there to be alongside you? Friends, family, okay. But wouldn't you rather be around people who understand you, who understand what you're about, who understand these sacrifices you have made? Your friends and family don't understand these sacrifices that you have made in order to achieve your greatness, that you have made in order to get to the point of in life where you are right now. And you might be somebody who hasn't even achieved that greatness yet. Okay, that greatness is still to come, but nobody's appreciating you, the shit that you have done right now, do they? Okay, we here at Raw Instinct, we are coming together, 100 kings fighting alongside each other, side by side, ready to take over the system, ready to appreciate each other, ready to have our backs at the top. And when you reach the top, when you unleash greatness upon the world, it will be us side by side, partying, living the best life. We will have 1,000 models ready, lined up to party with 100 kings, okay? Experiencing the best life, a life of luxury, okay? Enjoying ourselves. Your belly will be full, your balls will be drained, okay? Join us or be against us. The decision is yours.
Greatness. But the final shot of the movie doesn't show him celebrating. It's a hospital room. Marty staring into the eyes of his newborn child, slowly realizing what he was never prepared for.
Harper's on him, behind the screen. Harper got a piece of it. It comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship, and it's their second three-peat.
6 championships, 5 MVPs, the most dominant run in modern sports history. Michael Jordan was the embodiment of greatness. 2 men, both obsessed, both driven, but only one was able to keep going. So what was the difference? It wasn't talent, it wasn't work ethic, and it wasn't obsession. Jordan took the second path to greatness. Some people spend years chasing an idea of greatness they've built in their heads, but what often happens is they reach the top and realize it wasn't what they truly wanted. In the pursuit of greatness, they lost what mattered most, their happiness.
And here at Raw Instinct, your happiness is paramount, okay? You have to become a happy individual. You have to become a person who is able to channel the joys that they experience in life through their kingly, royal, divine instinct that we build here, and shower it upon the subjects of your kingdom, the people who are, you know, part of your establishment, part of your nation. You have to be able to bless them, and you need to be a person who is happy, who is joyful, who is really in touch with the ability to enjoy life, which is what we are all striving for, which is what the whole purpose is. And the thing is, the reason you're not joyful right now, happy right now, in a position where you are experiencing joy, is because the people at the top, the elites who are ruling the world, they are putting an end to it. They are putting a stop to it. They are filling your head with negative thoughts, with self-doubt, with fears, right, of the area around you, the environment around you going to shit, okay? And they do it via social media posts, the algorithms pumping negativity into your mind. Do not allow them to take control of your mind. Do not allow them to feed you false narratives, okay? Look at the current system. If you can't be part of the current system, right, do as I am doing right now, establishing your own system. I am establishing mine. I am establishing my own nation. I am establishing my own kingdom. Join us or be
Because reaching greatness is one thing, but sustaining it, that's what actually matters. And you can't sustain a life you don't enjoy living every day. If you can't sustain it, then it isn't greatness. It's just a moment. Obsession can get you there, but staying there takes something much deeper.
Okay, let's jump into this final video about how to make learning addictive.
This is the painful irony that many of us live through. But why? Why is it that you feel ambitious and creative and curious about the world, but you can't seem to dig up any motivation to actually learn, to just sit down and do it?
The problem is most people are plagued with self-doubt. Most people are plagued with fears, which are stopping them from ever trying or reaching their full potential. You need to eliminate that voice inside you. You need to eliminate that self-doubt within you to clear your soul into expressing itself to its full capacity.
And that is the question we're going to answer today. Self-education has been an interest of mine for many years, but it's kind of an abusive relationship. Because yeah, I love learning, I love exploring, all well and good. But it also is a bitch sometimes, it really is. And so these are the tips, my best tips on learning to love the process. And we'll include things like how you can effortlessly learn new skills, how you can not rely purely on discipline, and how you can even use social media to your advantage. So these are quite unique tips, I think. You don't see them everywhere on YouTube, so stay tuned. Before we dive into the specifics, it would be wrong of me to not mention this, the so-called boredom threshold. And I made that term up, so you know it's going to be good. When people say learning isn't fun, they're not wrong. It's slow, it's effortful, and really there's a million other things you could be doing that are more fun. Playing the best Battlefield, watching videos, enjoying music, drugs, gooning, doom scrolling. You know, all of these sources of cheap dopamine that get us addicted.
Yeah, all these distractions are designed to keep you small, to keep you in a state of fear, in a state of self-doubt, in a state of a haze, in essence, where you aren't really fully connected with your own emotions inside you. You might feel a disconnect inside your own soul, inside your own brain. And because that disconnect is there, you never progress. You never become somebody who is in touch with themselves, who is fully connected in order to bring about the special insight that only you have within your brain. Okay, if you have something special to say, if you have something that you believe makes you unique, that you have something, you know, if you want to live a unique life, then you need to be fully connected. You need to integrate all aspects of yourself, and you need to be somebody who is seen as a king. Okay, and the best way to do that is to establish yourself as a subject matter expert, bring about some new insight to the world, and naturally you will be worshipped.
And I'm not saying they're good, obviously, but they are stimulating, they are addictive. If that is what your whole life is saturated in, then yeah, no shit, learning is going to be difficult. Opening a book will feel like torture because it's comparatively way less stimulating. You would fidget, you would lose focus, and you might diagnose yourself with ADHD just on a whim. And yeah, you'd never get anything done. I've been through it, you've been through it. We've seen how disturbing this degradation of our attention span has been. So if we are to get anything done and get any learning in, then we have to address this root problem and fix it. We have to fix our focus. The solution is simple, but not easy. You have to get used to boredom. You have to increase your tolerance to it. And I made a graph to show you.
No, he is completely wrong there. You should not get used to boredom. You should never be fucking bored, because boredom leads to you hating yourself. Your soul will hate you for it, and it will lead you to a place where you do not fully trust yourself, where you become somebody who is a slave, in essence, right? If you're doing something and you're a slave to it, even if it's an art form that you enjoy, but you feel that you have to do, that you're bored doing it, that you are a slave to it, then you're not in your life purpose. Okay, here on Raw Instinct, I am encouraging you to align yourself with your life purpose, to align yourself with something that you are interested in. Become a subject matter expert in the arena, in the place where you feel most yourself, where you feel complete, where you feel you are doing the thing that most interests you, right? And if it is something that if you can't force yourself to work at that thing, then forever you're not in your life purpose at that point, right? Find the thing where you can work on that thing, you know, even when you are tired. Find that place, find that subject, find that passion, whatever it may be. And once you do, I'm here to help you find that, or I'm here to help you, if you have it already, to bring about a work ethic, to propel you into becoming a subject matter expert, because once you are seen as a subject matter expert, you will be seen as a king. You will be seen as somebody who is a point of authority. And once you are a point of authority, it is only natural that you are seen as a king, and we can then build your kingdom.
On the y-axis is your intolerance for boredom. So the higher we go, the more stimulation you need to stay engaged. And therefore the worse your attention span gets, because it gets harder and harder to focus on anything comparatively less stimulating than what you're used to. This essentially means you're an addict, and you need this constant source of input and dopamine and stimulation. And anything less than that, it makes you bored. You just can't tolerate it. On the x-axis is time, and the dotted line is my made-up threshold necessary for good learning. Now, learning, relatively speaking, is not very stimulating. It's quite boring. So
No, it's only boring if you're not aligned with it, if you are outside of your life purpose. That is when things become boring for you, and that is a position where I do not want you to be in. I want you to be in a position where you are aligned with your life purpose, so that it's always exciting, because it is the thing that you are supposed to do.
goal is to stay below that line, because anything above it means we struggle to tolerate the low levels of stimulation, and therefore the learning becomes fidgety and restless. The more sources of instant, cheap dopamine we engage in, the higher our intolerance gets, and the more we struggle to pay attention and learn something. However, as we consume less and cut out more of those sources, we start to get used to less stimulation. And simply doing nothing or being bored, it becomes okay, it becomes tolerable. And that means activities like reading and writing actually become fun and rewarding. And suddenly learning is this thing that gives you that stimulation you seek. It's all a game of relatives, and you have to manipulate the difference.
No, this guy's going about it the whole the whole wrong way. He doesn't fully understand or appreciate what it actually takes to become a subject matter expert. He just wants you to be somebody who is productive. Okay, I do not just want you to be productive. I want you to be somebody who is in their life purpose, in exploring their passion, exploring it beyond a place where most people will give up. Okay, I want you to be in a place where you are really doing easy work for yourself. Okay, don't you want an easy fucking life? Right, life should be fucking easy, because the things the way they are set up. Right, we live in a time where we are the most technologically advanced ever in history. Okay, in human global history. Right, there's never been a better time to live than today. Right, even 10 years ago, you'd rather live today because of all the technological advancements. Right, minus COVID. But you are in a place where everything is easy. However, oh no, like learning, it's so fucking hard. I have to fucking learn this thing. I really can't be asked, but I have to be disciplined. I have to be like, I have to fucking watch a video by this fucking faggot, right? Like, I have to watch what this guy is saying. Like, oh, like yeah, so it's so difficult. It's so difficult. No, it should be easy. It should be light. It should be fun. It should be engaging. And that is the place that I want you to be at. That is what I want to help you achieve in your life.
Now, all the usual advice applies here. Embrace boredom, use your phone less, get rid of tech.
No. Once you find something that you are truly interested in, there is no boredom to embrace, right? There is no phone. There's nothing on the phone that's more interesting than the thing that you are supposed to be doing, your life purpose, right? Technology at that point becomes a aid, right? It becomes a servant of you. It will help you accomplish your task better, right? So whatever this guy is telling you to do not listen to him. He has no idea what the fuck he's talking about. And in fact, let's not even return to him. Let's return back to King Arthur, who at least we can draw some lessons to help us with, because this guy here, I like him. So some of the stuff he says is okay. I have watched some of his videos before. However, this video, he is talking out of his fucking ass. He is talking nonsense, and therefore he is not a friend of this channel anymore. let's jump in here.
There is no external force strong enough to preserve it if belief collapses. Camelot, therefore, contains the seed of its own destruction. Its perfection makes it fragile. Its beauty makes it vulnerable. Its reliance on virtue makes it unsustainable. This is the tragic structure of the Arthurian world. The more ethically pure the system becomes, the less resilient it is to human weakness. And this is why Camelot falls, not through invasion, but through internal fracture. Betrayal, desire, jealousy, ambition, and pride corrode the system from within.
The systems that we put into place is that we never even allow corrosion to set in. We never allow people who are misaligned with our vision to enter our kingdoms. You know, there are 10 billion people in the world, right? Find the people who are aligned with you, who believe in what you are doing, in the world that you are building, in the vision that you are trying to bring forth. Do not bring about people who will undermine you, who will allow you to undermine you on every step of the way, and build a world, build a society where you actually don't want those people to be part of your society, right? Build a society where you love everyone, you respect everyone, where you can fully trust everybody in your group.
The collapse is not political, it is moral. The kingdom does not fall because it is conquered, but because it loses coherence. The ideals that sustain it are no longer shared. The round table breaks not because of external force, but because internal unity dissolves. This reveals the deeper philosophical claim of the myth, that no ethical system can survive without internal discipline, and that no ideal order can be sustained by structure alone. Arthur's tragedy is therefore not personal, it is systemic. He does not fail as a ruler. The model fails as a reality.
And here at Raw Instinct, we are building our kingdoms alongside our other kings. Okay, so that you have 100 kingdoms side by side, so that you, if you ever get to a point where you build a kingdom that is not aligned with how you think, that you are able to escape into another kingdom, and we together will fight to bring your kingdom to yield, to bring it back under to your control, because you are the true ruler of your self, of your future, of the way you want to live life. Let's go back to the cost of greatness.
Because when you're aligned with what you're chasing, obsessing doesn't feel like a constant struggle. It feels natural. That's what separated Michael Jordan. He didn't just obsess over the game. He loved it. Basketball wasn't something he used to escape his life. It was aligned with who he was. That's why he could lose over and over and come back. That's why he could win 3 championships in a row, retire, and return even stronger. Because he loved the process. And that's what allowed greatness to last.
Yeah, what you need to do is you need to make life, you need to make your success a ritual. It needs to be habits, checkpoints throughout the day that you can stack on top of each other over 365 days every year, until they become so great, so powerful, that you become somebody who is naturally seen as a king, right? For example, I go to the gym most days a week. I do a very simple routine, right? But I structure it in a way that, because I continue doing it, I will always remain in shape throughout the year. Okay, it is a easy habit. It is something I don't even need to think about. It comes about naturally, but the results are automated, right? Because all that is left for me to do is making sure that I am putting in the required effort needed at the time, and because I am putting in the effort needed to, um, you know, I'm putting in the right amount of effort, the results will naturally happen. They will naturally occur because I have put things into place for that to happen.
Most people think the cost is the sacrifice, the hours you spend obsessing, but it's not. The real cost is who you become and the life you have to live once you get.
Yeah, I don't like the word saying that it's a cost, right? It is a privilege to become the person that you're supposed to be. It is a privilege that you become great, that you become the leader that you always thought that you should be, that you become the leader that the world needs. Yeah, see it as a privilege, see it as your destiny, see it as a chance for you to redeem yourself, for you to become the person that you always thought that you should be. If you understand what I'm saying, if you understand what I'm doing, if you understand that the world is currently heading towards doom, it is heading towards a situation that is unattainable, untenable, and that most of the world leaders will sell you down the river, they will exploit you, and they will not give two thoughts. They will not think twice at you know, demising your life for their benefit. Okay, here at Raw Instinct, we are building a group of people, a group of 100 people. I'm sending out the message to 100 people. If you believe that you are of royal descent, that you are somebody who wants to live their life purpose, that you want to become somebody who is seen as a expert, a point of authority, a king, then reach out to me. Let's see if we can work together. Let's see if we're aligned, okay? Because here at Raw Instinct, I'm building the Amichis, a group of 100 people who truly have each other's back, who are true friends, and that you can fully rely on. If that is you, let me know. If it's not you, then go suck a dick. And if it's not you, also enjoy your weekend. Right. That is it for today. Thank you very much, and I will see you soon.